Can you start over? We couldn't hear you because your microphone was muted.
Yeah, I said all of my numbers was out the roof because every 0.6 off of me every day. And if anybody know a diabetic, know a person in Dallas, that's a whole lot. He showing folks his stomach and all that. He talking about your refrigerator. But I can long term, it took me 2 months. You don't hear people get no Social Security in 2 months. But then in 2023, but God gave us being. So hopefully we can get rid of this thing.
That's just it. Your best version of you is inside of you, and the only way you're gonna sit there and get there is through detoxification. And thank you, Jewel, for the gifts. Thank you.
Long as you stay in your fear, you're never going to live. And that's what he wants you to do. And that's the message that he's trying to get out to everyone.
They're getting better numbers. Marcus, what was your numbers before, and what was your numbers after the fact that you've been with me for almost 28 days? You let them know that. Your microphone muted.
My numbers was out the roof, man.
Okay, can you start?
All our numbers, because they give you a.
Can you start over? We couldn't hear you because your microphone was muted.
Yeah, I said all of my numbers was out the roof because every week in Dallas is the dietitian bring you a sheet around, and you can see every week where your numbers at. They check everything, and man, like I say, to see my numbers now, I just had my doctor order me my creatine. It should come up Monday because they don't do that not unless you ask the order. I didn't know that, but all of my numbers out the roof, and I told Ben, my doctor said he said, man, you're going to be able to write a book. Every week in Dallas is the dietitian bring you a sheet around, and you can see every week where your numbers at. They check everything, and man, like I say, to see my numbers now, I just had my doctor order me my creatine. It should come up Monday because they don't do that not unless you ask the order. I didn't know that, but all of my numbers out the roof, and I told Ben, my doctor said he said, man, you're going to be able to write a book, man, all of this, because they shocked, man. I told you they used to pull 5.6 off of me every day. And if anybody know a diabetic, know a person in Dallas, that's a whole lot. My nurses were concerned here. They said, Marcus, you stretching your heart like a rubber band when you have to do that. And, like I said, me being me, man, I was just eating all the time. And like I told Ben, I found out that what was killing me. I stopped day one on my medication when Ben told me to start this thing. I said, well, let me see. If I stop day one and drink this water, let's see what's going on, man. It ain't no stopping now. And I ain't doing it for no pride or nothing. I told Ben in the first off, I was doing this for me and God. And I see he's been with me on this journey. He's been with me on this journey. And I ain't turning back. I ain't felt this good in years, man. I've been on no disability for 5 years. They took me out of work. They took me out of work 5 years, and my kidneys were getting bad, but I had other issues. Man, I filed for Social Security. I was on long term. It took me 2 months. You don't hear people get no Social Security in 2 months. But then in 2023, I asked God to take me, let me die. I was feeling so bad. I got up to 330 pounds, man. And that's what I'm telling people, people got to get desperate. Don't get to the spot me and Tank was in, where you got an alternative. You sitting up. I had a machine hooked up for 4 hours. And we were depending on that to help us out. But God gave us being.
Help that you're getting is only keeping you there. It's not getting you away from there. Marcus and Tank want to walk away. And I told them I'm going to do my damnness to help them walk away. And we're going to go down in history. The first person to sit there and walk away from it and live a healthy life. The end. Thank everybody. Love everybody. And ain't nobody going to love you more than the person that's trying to tell you about yourself. So until later on tonight, everybody, God bless.
God bless.
But you haven't changed what you're eating. You're still eating the same thing, but you're going to make sure you take that because you're going to eat something. Why you need to eat? You are not designed to eat, especially when it comes to chemicals and preservatives and additives and fillers and colors and dyes, and the list goes on and on. Your skin wasn't allowed to sit there and have this stuff on it. We're using petroleum-based products that's gasoline-based, and we're rubbing it on our skin, putting it into our hair, giving it to our dogs, and wonder why stuff is happening to us. We're using medicine and stuff into our bodies and injecting our bodies with poison venom from animals, from lizards. All you gotta do is Google and do your research. You're doing it to yourself for a fast, quick fix when you can't fix your mind. It's a mind thing. You cannot quick fix this. When you yo-yo diet, only things happens is you lose your muscle. Yes, you lose a considerable amount of weight, but now you're tucking it in your Spanx. So now you got all this loose stuff that's right here because you didn't lose it correctly. Because I told you again, you don't lose fat, you lose waste, you lose all your muscle.